Hey Inspirators, it's Inspiringvanessa here and welcome back to another wonderful Instagram live interview for all of you. I am very excited for today's interview today. It feels like quite a while since I actually haven't done an interview. I don't know why, but it just kind of feels like I haven't really done them for like the past week. I feel like, so I'm very excited to be back with you all and interview some more incredible people. So as you guys have probably seen across my social medias and probably here on my Instagram story, but today's guest for today's interview is my lovely friend, and her name is Coral Joseph. I know her name is like immaculate. I wish my name was Coral, to be honest. And she's a YouTuber, she's also a model and a business owner. She is an entrepreneur of her cosmetics brand, which is called Coral's Cosmetics. So basically me talking about all about how she started her business, how she got into modeling and YouTube. It's going to be a very broad conversation, and hopefully you guys can get whatever you need to take out of it and learn something new in this interview. But without further ado, I'm going to bring her on to this interview and then we can get straight into the first question. Also, I hope you guys like my new hairstyle. Hi!
Hi! Oh my gosh, how are you?
This is so cool. How are you?
I know. I'm good, thank you. You look so pretty, you look lovely.
Thank you. You do, you always do as well.
Gosh,
I mean, all your Instagram photos are immaculate. always.
Sure.
But thank you for being my guest today. How has your day been going?
Yeah, it's been alright. I've just been doing homework. Obviously, I had school today, so I got back, did some homework and things, and then I was like so excited to do this and all. So, yeah, how's your day been?
My day's been pretty good. I am very tired, to be honest, and I've got 2 assessments tomorrow on Friday. So Fridays are meant to be the fun day of the week, but maybe that's going to change for tomorrow. I have 2 assessments, but you know, we'll get through it. I've done quite a lot of revision for it during the week, so I'm not as stressed as I think I'd usually be, so that's a good thing. I feel like, definitely.
I know, I've had tests this week too as well, and it's been quite stressful, but I've just been, you know, just try your best, that's all I can do. So.
And it feels like we just started school, so to have tests already kind of feels a bit overwhelming.
It's crazy, it's quite a moment.
Yeah, definitely. But let's just jump into the first question, which is, when did you start modelling and YouTube, and what made you realise you wanted to do it?
Okay, well, with modelling, I actually started when I was about like 3 or 4, so I was quite young, so I didn't really obviously have a say in it, but my mum always used to say I was very interested in being in front of the camera and posing and all, so I guess I think my first agency was Bruce & Brown, so I was with Bruce & Brown modelling agency, and I did a lot of work up to I was about 9 years old, and then I switched over to Kids London, I think. So I started when I was 3, and as I said, I just love being in front of the camera, getting my makeup done and all of that. So yeah, and then for my YouTube, oh my gosh, I got into this when I was about 10, I think. I started January 2018. Is when I posted my first ever video, but I always loved editing and filming videos. You know, when you're little and you used to film hi guys, I'm gonna show you my lip balm or whatever it is. I always used to do that, and then I just kind of got into editing the videos and stuff. So yeah, my first video was January 2018, and I think it was the 24th of January. My dad just...
Oh wow, you remember that off by heart.
Yeah, I know. I remember posting my first video, and it was about, oh my god, I think it was 7 PM at night, and I just asked my mum, and she was like, I'm not sure about it, you know, because it's quite a big platform, and she finally let me. I was like, oh yeah, this is exciting. So it's a whole new journey.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I started when I was 9, so we weren't too far off. I'm in the ages, but editing and obviously watching so many people doing it, when you finally had the chance to, or the opportunity to actually start a YouTube channel, we went all out when we were younger. I feel the editing, I felt elite. The fact that I knew how to edit before any of my class did. So.
Literally same with me. Honestly, I was so fancy, and you can be so creative as well. Even now, I've kind of been a bit more lazy with my editing. I just add music, but I'm gonna try and be more creative. Add some fancy fonts and nice intro and stuff. But you can be so creative with the editing. That's what I really like about it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I feel like if anyone is a creative person, just start a YouTube channel. Even if you don't want to film videos, or you don't want to be a YouTuber or a content creator, just putting something out there to kind of let yourself be creative and let other people see that is such a good way to just express yourself. I know I can spend like hours and hours in editing a video. I'm probably going to be tired, but I'm enjoying doing it, so it doesn't feel like I'm actually working while I'm doing it as well.
I know what you mean. It's almost like a hobby, but you're getting something out of it as well, and you can like put lots of work and creativity into it. So.
Other people can see it as well, so it's not just going fully to waste. Unless
I
people
know,
watch the video. I mean, that's happened to me a few times. I've edited videos for days, and then it doesn't get the amount of views that I'd want it to get. But you know, that's just the way that YouTube works.
It's the way it works. Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I remember spending hours on this one. I think it was like a morning routine, and then it just got no views. I was like, what's going on here? I put so much work into this. And then there was this one morning routine I posted, I think it was about 2 years ago, or maybe about 1 year ago, and I didn't put much like effort into it, and it got like 50k views. I was like, how is this happening? It was really strange.
Honestly, it's always videos that you put the least effort into. Or the ones that maybe you don't look your best, or you don't say the right things, and that's always the video that gets the most views or goes viral. I don't get it. YouTube, what are you doing?
What are you doing here?
Why don't you just boost the video that I've worked super hard on rather than the ones I didn't really put much effort into? But at least it's getting somewhere, you know what I mean? At least it's kind of going somewhere.
And it's really nice, like, knowing that you're inspiring other people. That's what I really like. Like, you know, like the nice comments. I love getting nice comments like, oh, you've inspired me to do this and that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. You know what I mean? They're talking about you. And it's just really nice. It's quite rewarding as well. So
very uplifting experience, I'd say. You just have to know what you're signing up for when you start a YouTube channel. When you create a profile, you create a channel, there's a lot of other things that you're signing up for at the same time that I don't think people are aware of.
I know,
before they actually start.
It's a lot. It is a lot of hard work and stuff, but as long as you enjoy it, then you know it's all good.
That's the most important thing. So obviously you were talking about your YouTube channel. Would you say it was difficult for you to start your channel at first? Why or why not?
Oh wow, okay. Well, it was hard for it to like grow. I think like when I first started, I started with no like followers, no nothing. Like I didn't have Instagram or anything. So I just kind of posted the video and I was like, I don't really know what's gonna happen here. But after you see big YouTubers, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be like that like after a day, but that's not how it works. So I started, when I posted my first video, I think in the first 2 months I got about like 20 or 30 subscribers, which to me was crazy, but like now it's like, okay, that's not many, but obviously at the time you're like so excited. And then after I kept like consistently posting videos, it just grows so much quicker. But getting to 1,000 subscribers was so difficult. Like you just have to keep going. And then I was like, when am I gonna reach it? And then I think it was after about a year. I think it was exactly a year. I was like, oh my goodness, I got 1,000. And then you realize how many people that is. But I'd say it was quite difficult to grow the channel starting from just no one. Like I told friends and family and stuff, but I didn't have anything else, any other platform. So it was quite difficult.
I was in like, I would say like exactly the same situation as you were in. I feel like I told a lot of people about my channel, so I kind of got subscribers from there. But otherwise, it's so hard to just grow out of nothing. Like if your family aren't YouTubers already and you're not born into YouTube, or you're born with having like 1 million followers when you're a baby, then it's very, very hard to just kind of grow organically as well. But I guess just trying to get the word around is the most important thing. Just trying to spread the message and hope that people will enjoy watching your content and subscribe to your channel after doing so as well.
Exactly.
So the next question, which is kind of moving on to modelling, is if you could work for any brand for modelling, what brand would you want to work with and why?
Oh, okay. I'd probably say my favourite brand to work with would probably be Zara. I don't know if you know, but my favourite clothing store is Zara. I'm just always posting like all my outfits.
I know. I've actually, now that you said that, I'm kind of like thinking of all the times that you've kind of tagged Zara in an Instagram photo.
I know, it's crazy, but I'd probably say Zara, and I love like how unique their photos are. Like when I go on the website, I'm like, no other clothing brand is like this. So I really like the style of photography, and I think it'd be quite a fun shoot to do, or shoots to do. So I think that is like my dream brand to work with modelling wise. And obviously I love the clothes so much. I've always worn Zara clothes from when I was younger. And my mum does as well. I think the whole family pretty much does, not my dad. But yeah, it's such a lovely brand, and I just love to work with them, honestly. So.
I feel like Zara just kind of screams Paris for some reason. That's the vibes I always. That's the vibes I always got from it. You go into the store and it'd be like all like model off duty looks, if that makes sense. So if I was to go to a fashion show in Paris, I'd go to Zara and buy my whole closet and pack my suitcase
literally
from that store. I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but that's just kind of the vibe I get from there.
I know, because they always have like nice long clothes, long coats and things. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so fancy. So yeah, I know what you mean, definitely.
It's just very classy, so I really like their clothes as well. So fingers crossed that in the future we'll get to work with them or
I'd love
model for them. I can definitely envision that for you in the future. So fingers crossed. Start manifesting.
I know, yes. I will.
Start manifesting. So the next question is, what made you create your business, which is called Corals Cosmetics?
Oh wow, okay. So with Corals Cosmetics, I kind of, about a year ago, I was kind of thinking about what do I want to do when I'm older. You know, you kind of have those thoughts. I have those thoughts every day. But I was thinking, oh my god, what am I actually going to do? And I thought about modelling, I thought about influence, all of this kind of thing, like fashion designer. And then it just came to my head, like, what if I had my own makeup brand? It was quite a big dream, obviously, and it still is like a dream for it to become a big brand. But that was like the main thing I'd always wanted to do, is just have my own makeup brand, me like being the owner of it and just doing everything myself. So I kind of started researching stuff about a year ago, and I just looked into like ingredients, formulations, all of that stuff, which was a lot of work. But because I really enjoy, you know, like skincare and makeup, I didn't really mind putting all the effort into it, and I still love it. I still finding out more, you know, I don't know everything, definitely. I don't even know half about it. So it's really nice actually. I really enjoy just looking into skincare and makeup and creating my own products too. And I wanted everything to be, you know, vegan, cruelty free, because I don't want to test stuff on animals as well. So I make sure everything's vegan and cruelty free, and I hand make it all myself. It is pretty amazing. When I tell people that, like, you're like 14, like, how do you do that? But it's just a lot of work and hard work, and I just really like it. So
it's like you're your own manufacturing company almost.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
your own factory.
I know, like, no one makes the products for me. I don't think people realise that. Like, I literally do it all myself. It's a lot. It takes a lot of time as well. Like, obviously I have school from Monday to Friday, so the only time we really get to make products is like the weekends, obviously like holidays and things. So the summer holidays I did so much. I was like, I'm gonna have like stock up so I'm ready. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of spare time, but I really enjoy it. So yeah.
And it's good that you started it like in between quarantine as well, kind of. So you still had a lot of spare time, whereas if you got the idea like at the beginning of like the school year, it would be very hard to just get started, I feel like, because you'd only have time to do it on the weekend, maybe in the evenings if you wanted to. But when I was watching your YouTube video and I found out that you created it yourself and on the research, and I was like,
how?
That's so crazy. To be honest, like, I'm not the most patient person. So if I had to go through all that research to try and find the products and just do everything, that's so much effort. So I just give you all of the appreciation, because it's just fantastic, like what you're doing. Obviously, what I've seen from the reviews, the products seem amazing. Obviously, it's really important that they are cruelty-free and vegan as well, which is really important. So the next question was actually, how do you create the products? If you don't want to share your secret ingredients, but kind of talk us through the process of it.
Yeah, okay. Well, as for like actually making the products, it takes a lot of practice, obviously, and it's a long process, especially for the skincare. As for my lip glosses, it took me a while to find the perfect formula. Like, even now, I'm really happy with it, but it could probably still be improved. And just finding the right ingredients to go in it. So for my lip glosses, like, I started off, it would be quite a thin formula, and I was like, I'm not really happy with this, it's a bit lumpy, and then now it's like perfect. I'm really, really happy with it, but it just takes a lot of practice. Like, you still have to do it so like over and over again. I just keep doing it and be like, I'm not happy yet, I'm not happy yet, and then I'm finally am now. As for the skincare products, I don't know if you know, but I have like a face cream that I've just released. That took so long to make. Like, the first one we made, the first one we made was actually like so lumpy. Like, it was so lumpy and thick.
It's all a process. It's all a creative process.
Exactly. And then now it's just like so fluffy and light and really nice. But it's a lot of practice, and it's like a long process of just like failure, then you do it again, it fails, but finally we've like got there. And I'm just so excited to be able to make more. Like, I'm really excited for the future. Obviously I have like quite a wide range at the moment, but I'd love to expand into like more categories and more things as well. So yeah, obviously not going to give it all away, but it is hard. But I did a lot of research, and YouTube as well. Like, YouTube videos are so helpful. And Google, just finding out like what different ingredients do. So yeah, it's a long process, but as I said, I just love it. I just love finding out about skincare and makeup, so I don't mind.
It must be so relieving to kind of actually see the final, like the good final product of it. After all of these practices, we finally got the perfect result, and always to see other people enjoying it must be so rewarding as well in itself.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to be quite patient too. Like, you get a bit frustrated along the way, like why is this not working? But you kind of, when at the end and when people actually receive the product, it's just so rewarding to just see people like enjoying it. Like, I got a really good review, you probably saw it, of this girl saying she just loved the face mist, and I was like, it's just so nice seeing how other people are using my products every day and they're so happy with it, and knowing I make it myself is just like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. And my sister actually helps too. She helps with like packaging and all of that stuff, and she's amazing too. So it's really nice having someone to help as well, because it's hard to do it all on your own, especially when I remember getting about 15 orders in one day, and it was so overwhelming because I wasn't expecting it. It was like at the start of a sale. My sister had to help me package and do stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But it's nice to have someone helping you and you still enjoy it, although it's like stressful and hard. As long as you're like passionate about it, then I'm willing to put all my like effort into it. So yeah.
I mean, shout out to your sister. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I know, she's probably watching this now. I have to check, but yeah, she is watching this.
Well, hello.
Hi Ellen.
And obviously a big shout out to you as well for obviously helping Coral as well. Otherwise, because to be honest, like, you can't really do much without having at least one person helping you through it. Even if it's not physically helping you package things, even if it's just there to help you mentally and to just stop you from being overwhelmed, is very, very important as well. So the next question is, what is your biggest dream for Coral Cosmetics? Where do you want to go with the business?
Oh wow, I say I'd love for it to become like a really big brand, something like Kylie Cosmetics. Like, I really love her brand, and Fenty Skin as well, Rihanna's beauty range. I'd love for it to become a big brand, vegan, cruelty-free, like a modern brand. That would be amazing. And to have like my own office would be quite cool, and like having to hire people, it would just show like how far you've come, and then I'd look back now and be like, that's how I started and this is where I am now. That's what I think about. I'm just remembering this is what I want for my future, so I have to, do as much as I can for it. So I think that's my biggest dream, is to have like my own office, my own little area, hiring people. That would be so amazing. So that's my biggest dream, I think. And
obviously, because you do create the products yourself, in the future when the business does obviously grow, would you only hire a small amount of people to create the product, or would you choose to have a big manufacturing, like,
I know what you mean.
factory creating, like mass creating the products? Because obviously it does make a big difference, because it's almost like it's just being created because you need loads of it, or it's being handcrafted from a person who cares about the products. So what have you thought about that for the future?
Yeah, I have thought about that actually, and I thought I'd probably want to keep it like just with me. Although if it became like crazy big, I don't know.
You wouldn't be able to make a million different lip glosses in one day.
I know, like
not
they're
humanly
mixing
possible.
Them all,
just 1 second per lip gloss.
Yeah, I think, but then again, like thinking about having it done is kind of like a bit crazy, and it's a bit like, oh my god, I really want that. I kind of still want like the love put into it, if that makes sense. So maybe I just have to hire a massive team, or maybe I just have to go for the big, you know, big fractures or whatever. So I do have to think about that. I'm just trying not to. I'm just trying to take each day as it comes, but it's hard sometimes. You do have to think about, you know, where it's going and stuff. So yeah, I would love to, you know, carry on putting all my love, all my care into it and just doing it myself, but it's not going to be like that forever. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of imagine you having just like quite like a big team or group of people creating the product. So obviously you teach them how to do it and obviously to give all the love and the care into the product, so that obviously it does make that influence emotionally, like subconsciously, for that other person or for the customer. But maybe they could just be like limited products. That's going to make people want them even more, because if they're going to be up for sale, or they're going to be up on websites for like this certain amount of product, people are going to go crazy. Like, I need to get this lip gloss from Chloe Cosmetics before everyone else does. Yeah, it's kind of like how James Charles's palette like sold out in like, I don't even know,
because everyone got excited for the launch. Yeah, it was crazy. I was on the website and I was like, it's already gone. Like, that's crazy.
That's insane. I mean, anyone could imagine. It's like you can't even put into words how he must have felt, but eventually obviously I feel like that you would get to that position.
Yeah, I definitely have thought about like kind of putting down the product range just to limited, but then I think about expanding. I'm like, which one do I do? Because you kind of want to make, like, you know how I have like my rose facial oil, that is a bestseller, and I think that's my like prime product. And just having like that and then a few others would be quite good, especially for the future. But then I think about wanting to have like this range, that range, and like, oh my god, I want like an eyeshadow palette. It's crazy. But I feel like I can still do that as long as I can limit it down and still have them, you know. So
yeah. I mean, if you've got loads of ideas, usually companies want that. They want you to have as many ideas as possible, so that the brand isn't just for a primary moment. It's going to be continuous. And then also when people look on your website, they can find a certain part of the, like a different line from the same obviously brand, from your brand, that's going to suit them more. You honestly never know what could happen, but obviously I definitely envision that for you, and I hope that for you and wish that for you in the future. Like you will get to that Kylie Jenner and James Charles status, you can say. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be amazing, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. So the last and final question is, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs?
Oh, okay. Well, it depends on what you want to sell. But what I'd say is that if you're passionate about something and you want to do it in your future, then honestly just go for it. The only thing I'd say is just do so much research beforehand and try and be unique, because like in the category that I'm doing it in, which is like cosmetics and makeup and skincare, there are quite a few brands of like makeup out there, but that's why you have to be so unique. And you have to try and think of like creative ideas that other brands haven't thought of before. And that's why I thought of my rose facial oil. I'm like, I've never seen a brand with actual rose petals inside. So I just thought of that and thought, this is a way my brand can be unique and more people be interested in it. So yeah, honestly, that's what I say, is just be creative, be unique, just go for it. As long as you love it and you're passionate about it, then there's no harm. You have to take risks. You know what I mean? Like, so
you need to go out of your comfort zone. And I definitely agree with what you're saying as well. Like, obviously you need to be passionate about it for one, but obviously just like take action straight away. Yeah. And find what's missing in the marketplace. So if you look at like one of the top highest like businesses, if you want to go into, I don't know, entrepreneurship, or if you want to create a food brand that is as high as McDonald's or KFC, look at the reviews perhaps, or look at what people don't like about these, and then make a brand that does have what these shops don't have, and that's what's kind of filling in the places in the market that they don't already have, that people are looking for. I think it's about really being creative and thinking about it, but as long as you're passionate about it, you're going to work hard, just like Coral has, and just going to continue going and being consistent, which is, I believe, like the most crucial thing. If you're not consistent with it, especially with like YouTube as well, if you're not consistent with it, you're not going to grow.
No, exactly.
See.
People just unsubscribe. They're not going to get interested, are they?
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
why with school, I'm like so scared because I do school the week, and after school I get back and I just want to post straight away. I'm like, I don't want to lose customers or followers. So it's just all about consistency, and that's like with YouTube as well. Like you were saying, if you stop posting, it's like no one's gonna watch your channel, no one's gonna get interested. So you just have to keep doing it as long as you love it. So
yeah, definitely. And also, it's like if you got a bunch of orders and then you just kind of didn't feel like creating the products, like you would do it one weekend, leave it because you didn't want to, and then you do it the other weekend. That's not a consistent routine. So it's exactly the same thing. So to try and keep a repetitive routine of starting your business or thinking about different ideas, and eventually you will get to kind of that place where you can start it, and just make sure you have a good support system so that people can help you out as well.
Yeah, and also preparing beforehand as well. Like I did a lot of research and preparation, but like now when I look back to when I launched, I've already changed my logo and stuff, and I kind of wish, like, no regrets obviously, but I kind of wish that I'd, you know, kind of planned everything like properly really well before, because I have changed a lot since I've launched, which obviously you learn. That's what I've learned, is from starting off to now, I'm like, well, I've obviously learned that I just should have prepared a bit more. That's what I'd say, is just kind of get everything ready, find like your colour scheme or whatever you want to do, and then just go for it as long as you're prepared and you're ready. So
yeah, I mean, preparation is so important, but then at the same time, as you look back on your business like 5 years from now or even 2 years from now, you're going to see all the different stages of your improvement, which just shows how far you've come in your journey as well.
Exactly.
So I think it is really good to prepare, but at the same time, it can reflect a lot when you look back on it. So it's still a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it as well. But that was the final question, unfortunately. But where can we find you on social media so we can keep up with your journey and possibly some new products coming out on Coral Cosmetics?
Oh, maybe. You never know.
Maybe.
Yes, so for those of you watching, if you don't follow me, you can follow my Instagram, which is obviously somewhere on the screen. It's just Coral Joseph _, and then you can follow my YouTube, which is in the bio of my Instagram, and it's just Coral, literally just CORAL, Coral. And then as for TikTok, I've got TikTok as well, which is Coral, I think .Coral Joseph. And then for my business, if you want to keep up with some new products and launches and things, then it's Coral _Cosmetics. So make sure to go check that out and go follow me, because I'm always releasing products and posting like discounts and things. So if you're interested, and also just DM me if you're interested in any product but don't know what it is. Like I get so many DMs each day saying, you know, is this good for my skin or not? And I just love responding to them. So just don't be afraid, just ask me and I'm happy to help. But yeah, make sure to go follow me on the social medias. Maybe I'll put them in the comments. But yeah.
But yes, definitely go and follow Coral on all her social medias, including her business as well. And check out their website if you're interested in seeing all the products they have on there. I know that you've also got lashes, which is super cool. When I saw that, I was like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
She's coming out with everything. I mean, you're the whole package.
Yeah.
I mean, you create the packages, but in reality, you are the whole package. Coral Cosmetics is the whole package. It's got everything, and it's probably going to come up with even more. So make sure that you do definitely watch what is going to happen in the future for Coral. But once again, thank you so much for being my guest today. It was lovely speaking to you.
Yes, you too. It's so nice. You look amazing, honestly.
Thank you. I mean, you do as well. I mean, just spreading the good vibes back and forth.
Yeah.
Always. But do you have any final words to tell the people, perhaps about keeping consistent, keeping going, keep going?
Yes.
Any extra advice, any golden nuggets to share?
Honestly, just be positive. Like everything, like life is just so hard sometimes. You just have to like get through it and just do what you love doing. So I just say my biggest advice: just be yourself, do what you'd like to do. That's literally it. Just be happy, be positive. There are some bad days, obviously. You just have to try to stay positive, try and stay strong. And yeah, I hope you'll have a really good weekend too.
Thank you. I mean, I hope you do as well. Fingers crossed for all your other assessments as well. If you're having
and you
any
too tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. I hope I'll do well as well. Fingers crossed. But once again, thank you so much for being my guest today. Everyone, make sure to go and follow on her social medias. Subscribe to her YouTube channel to see more content about Coral Cosmetics as well. But without further ado, I'll speak to you soon.
Okay, see you.
Thank you.
So much for having me. Bye.
So now to the end of this interview. Coral, thank you so much for being my guest once again. It was lovely speaking to you. Everybody go and check out her social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and also Coral Cosmetics. I believe it's Coral_Cosmetics on Instagram as well. Make sure to go and follow them and see all the different sales, discounts, new releases of products coming out soon as well. But once again, thank you also so much for tuning in today. If you're watching this on Instagram, make sure to follow me on @inspiringvanessa. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're listening to this podcast, make sure to listen in for more episodes soon. But otherwise, thank you also so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Missing someone